Hey, welcome back to the channel. In this episode, we're going to start working on the radiator hoses for the drag WRX, so come along. So, Jason and I, we're waiting for some stuff to cool down. We kind of already got started a little bit. We're gonna do some AN stuff. This is just kind of set in there. We gotta cut this off and weld that on. The other thing we have to do is we have to cut this end off and weld a piece on here. But, well, I mean, also down there as well. But for right now, I think we're just gonna work on getting this top one made. What do you think of the vise so far?
The vise, the clamps work awesome. There's no way I could hold on to that thing and make it go.
Yeah, I've always not worried about the clamps for the jaws, and I knew these ones are hard to make, so I was like, you know what, let's just get one and get it taken care of. So we're gonna cut the top of this radiator off, and then we're not gonna tack the piece on. Well, I mean, I guess I probably could. I got the welder out and everything. We'll see how I'm feeling. But worst case, we can just kind of hold it up and make sure that it's gonna fit right. So let's lop this off and see what we're dealing with.
Oh, you did a real nice job at that, Jeff.
Shoot, man, I tell you what.
I tell you what, that's a doggone nice straight cut there. Mm-hmm, yep.
I still think straight's gonna be the way to go.
Think so?
Yeah, because like this is that's too much.
What's less than a 30? A 30 would go.
Should we try welding this on, you think?
Sure. I would.
You would?
If I knew how to weld, I'd weld it on there.
Oh, I'm nervous though. Okay.
That was cool. I've never watched you do it. Whoa.
Smoking a little bit?
A little bit. I've never watched you do that welding.
Okay. That's good enough for what we're doing right now.
Okay.
Do we think that it's going to be able to bend enough to make that turn? Cut on this line right here.
Okay, that edge?
Yep, right there. Right there. Okay, put that on there.
Ha 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 ha. You're funny.
What are you doing?
Too warm.
Too warm?
Yeah. I never thought I'd say that in this shop. There's got to be an easier way to do this. There we go. Just had to get aggressive with it. No. Oh, you sucker. Oh, I think it's cross-threading.
Yep, go ahead and take it out.
Oh, this is going to be fun trying to get this back in here.
I'm gonna putz with this a little bit off camera, and once we have it, we'll pick back up with you guys. So back on the radiator hoses here, I have a brand new crossover and a thermostat elbow. I know we've talked about budget. I definitely didn't need to buy this stuff, but if you've ever welded, especially cast aluminum, if it's dirty, it is a pain in the butt to weld. This was like $200 for the two pieces, and for my sanity, I bought them new because I want all the best advantage I'm gonna have when it comes to welding aluminum, because again, I'm out of practice a lot with aluminum, so it's just kind of, I struggle with it a little bit until I get going again and whatever. So what we gotta do is we gotta lop the beveled ends off here, and then I'll probably just fully weld these right away because there's no real reason for me not to. And then we can toss them on. It's always weird when you're taking, brand new parts and cutting them up, but side note, aluminum cuts so much easier. I always forget that. Oh, Jesus. I was blasting myself. Let's see. Overall, I'm pretty happy with that. It won't leak. That's the most important part here. Yeah, I dunked it on the bottom there, so no one will really see that. So I kind of got a little rigged up with an AN fitting right there, so I can kind of just spin it as I weld it. I think it'll work out pretty good. That way I'm not readjusting constantly. This is a positioner like all those fancy guys use. No! I think the anodizing is messing with the ground. Alright, let's try this again. Cool. But it's done too. Ooh, that's hot. That's hot. Ooh, that's hot. You know what? That can cool off on the ground here, because that is mucho de hato. Whew. All right, well, let's let those cool off, and then maybe we'll get that last fitting on the radiator and check this one off the list. Well, I figure I'm here. I've got the welder out. Let's just hopefully just weld this all this aluminum and just call that done. Yeah. Woo! Did you see that? I just picked that up with my bare hands. That felt real good. Don't touch the hot stuff, Jeff. Okay, so now I can probably just bzz, right there. We'll let this cool off, and then we'll do the top, and we'll be done. Oh, I forgot to film, but this one is done too. So everything for the AN radiator stuff is all welded. I'm gonna let that cool off quite a bit though, and then I'm gonna probably swap over the thermostat housing and get the radiator put back in so we can make the lines. I know Jason's really hoping for redemption on the line, so I think I'm gonna let him do the lower hose here since the upper one's already done. And then check this one off the list. So we got the fittings on here. I wasn't sure if I talked about it the other day when I was filming. I had a straight one on here originally, but they're too close together. I don't necessarily think that angle is going to be very good for us. So I think if we do a 45 and kind of loop it back here, it'll give us. You want to kind of hold it up, Jason? So see how it doesn't have a kink in here, whereas before it did. So Jason's gonna get cranking on that. I'm gonna pull the intake manifold off and get that on so we can make sure this hose fits, and then we'll have a done cooling system.
Heck yeah!
You excited?
Yes.
Redemption, Jason. Redemption.
Yep. I had a little trouble with the fitting last week. Jeff straightened it out. I got a little crooked. It happens sometimes. We can't be straight and narrow all the time.
No, we gotta get a little wonky. I have a backup plan for if that doesn't work, but I would ideally hope that works, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, oh, I hear you.
Ooh, these tools are cold today, Jason.
Your toes?
The tools.
Yeah. Yeah, it got, I didn't realize it was supposed to get as cold as it did this week here.
Side note, I am super surprised that none of these coolant crossover bolts broke off, because these things always break. Man, Jason, I'm going to be done with this before you even get that fitting down.
Most likely. What'd you do with that can of lube?
Should be right over there.
check engine light came back on.
Yeah?
Yep.
Rip. How's it going over there, Jason?
Well,
I only got one of those 45s, so.
well, I hope it's going in right then. It's tight. We'll see.
Yeah, so we got the new crossover on and everything. I think if this doesn't work, I might try next time to build this to kind of come up over the alternator and down and over. The reason I didn't really want to do that this time is belt clearance issues.
Jacked it up.
It might be all
Failed again.
fine looking at it now.
Can't believe I've done this.
Biggest
twice.
thing is I just want to make sure this stays away from the intake manifold. We don't need it transferring heat through there. But we should be pretty all right, I think. Now we just need Jason to get his all done, and we'll have a working cooling system.
You shouldn't have said what you said. I jacked it up, boss. I think I wrecked it. I don't think so.
Yeah, you wrecked it.
I did. I don't know what I did wrong. Pushed it in as straight as I could.
Well, you got a 90 to put on. So I have one of these fittings at the shop. I don't know if it's a 45 or a straight. I thought it was a straight. But I think in the spirit of continuing on, I'll run to the shop and see what it is. You know?
That just pisses me off. 2 for 2. Not in a good way. I'm not happy with myself right at the moment here. That's the second fitting I've messed up trying to do this. Don't know what I'm doing wrong. Alright, I think I might have got this one right. Okay, yes. Alright. I didn't screw this one up. But now hopefully Jeff has another fitting and I can redeem myself once again with the other fitting that he's bringing back. But I was really starting to get frustrated with that because they're not cheap fittings. And I really do like making these AN lines, and to have that happen twice, I'm just a little frustrated with myself here. But I got this guy going. But I did get that thing on. Now we'll just get the other one on. Unfortunately, I messed this one up. That's a real bummer.
So Jason's got the 90 on there. Problem we're running into is when we go to, I mean, obviously that fitting's messed up, but we're getting a pretty gnarly kink in it when we go to hook it up. I have a plan, and I want to see what you think about it, Jason.
Okay.
I get 2 more of these weld fittings,
Yes.
and I weld them together. And then what we do is we make a bracket like right here.
Yes.
So then it'd come off here, 90 in, 90 out, into here. Basically, I'd make a U.
Yeah, I think that would work great.
You know?
Yeah, and there's, let's see here. Yeah, we've got surface to work with for a bracket for sure. I think that's a good idea. Otherwise, I really don't see how we're gonna make it go without kinking it somehow.
Yeah, like put it up like how we had it, just so I can show the kink.
So
Get it kinky, Jason.
yeah, right here for sure. Especially when that heats up, that's really
I mean,
good.
obviously the hose would be shorter, but like that, there'd be minimal flow through that. Yeah, I mean, it's the kind of stuff you run into with builds like this. But unfortunately, that's probably where we're going to leave this episode because, well, I got to get the stuff out to you guys. And this is part of building custom cars. So what I'll do is I'll order those fittings and we'll probably make a whole episode on that just to kind of update you guys. But if you're looking forward to more Drag WRX content, make sure you subscribe and we'll see you next time.